I'm finishing my video, cut off there. But the service was good enough by law when it came to issuing the divorce order. But Judge Milliken's such a fake, and he was such a tyrant, a little short, sawed-off, moderate IQ tyrant. He even maintained a damn affair with a woman over one of the programs while he was a judge that he sat over. Those are the problems with the practice of law, you scumbags. And then because you're in an affair, you tell me my client can't get alimony because we didn't personally serve him. That's not an alimony minimum. So you know the problem with America? You fake line, unconstitutional judges and lawyers. You are gutless if you can't keep the Constitution. You're a waste. You're literally ticks. And don't think because you got 40, 175 citizens on a docket or in a cage, the volume doesn't make the principle proper. It actually shows that you're being so improper, all these people are bearing witness against you, and you refuse to reform constitutionally. United Nations has said, compared to other first world countries, the U.S. has a 5-fold incarceration rate. 5 times higher per capita. So that means by statistic, as of that date, just a couple years ago, there's more held now, including immigrants. We have 1.8 million citizens in the detention facilities and system who should not be there. If they were in another first world country, they would be at work, at birthday parties. They would be doing economically productive things, duties, and socially productive. But short-tick maggots like Alan Milliken, dirty Jeremy cops who turn lawyers like Jeremy McIntyre, so they go up and they pilfer, they steal your stuff and go through all your pockets as a cop, and then they think that's normal behavior. So then when you put it on paperwork and steal from people, it's no different. It's just civil forfeiture. Hey, it's a fine. Hey, it's a fee. Hey, it's a cost of us existing latched to the host. So yeah, you want to know the problem with America? You want freedom restored? Open the courts. They're closed courts. Closed courts. You're stupid people. The district attorney is not the only person that can convene a grand jury. You judges who won't open your courthouse, if you can get 18 people sign on and say, that more likely than not happened, there may be a crime has occurred and there needs to be another jury to evaluate the defense of these allegations. This person's a licensed attorney. They convened a grand jury and they all signed a bill of indictment. And when you start doing it like that and then go present it to the magistrate, create an arrest, open up a criminal case, any lawyer can then go convict a judge, a lawyer, a politician, a doctor, a police officer, but y'all have closed the courts in your stupidity. And I didn't get that for a long time, the big impact that has, because it creates what's going on. It creates the legal socialite class. And it's a joke, because I'm inactive in their class. I served in Alabama State Bar 30 plus years, 15 as a lawyer, so I know the secular system. But that one closing of the gate for grand juries caused a major problem. And judges tolerating, turning the other way at police brutality, major problem. And a lack of trial lawyers willing to say, I'm not going to get the big easy cases that'll make a whole bunch of money per se. If I take this case, I'll end up being branded as a civil rights trial lawyer. But I'll still do it. And truth be told, when I was practicing, because I outworked my opponent every time. I knew my client's date of birth, social security number, address. I saw a client Talked to him years later, knew exactly how old he was from the time that I'd represented him till then. So, point is, know your calling. Be constitutional. Don't be a big fake. Don't be a big fake. There's this Roman Shaw guy. He's a fake lawyer, former fake judge, who thinks the standard is what you like. Now, of course, that's how fat white people who are entitled and been given handouts and had handicapped Special Olympics trophies, because that's what it is, the Special Olympic life trophies. Here you go. You're a lawyer. Here you go. You're still a lawyer even if you steal, because we're all socialites in on it. Don't say nothing. Play nice. What about the supreme law of the land, which is the Constitution? Not your ego, not your emotions. I don't have a duty in my time to slow down and explain every basic constitutional right to you, because you're supposed to be informed. But they're not. They're ignorant. They systemically tolerate it, and they play nice. Another prime example. Because you're supposed to like what's righteous, true, and just. But people like Roman Shaw like theft. They like to sit on their butt and not have to put forth effort for other people, which is sacrifice. And they want to be happy on your dime. They want to tell you how you should live your life based on their passive-aggressive systems. And so they steal. And they do things like Steve, gas chamber marshal. Okay? Let me tell you how wicked that former AG of Alabama was. There was a law passed, it's a bad law, bad rule of man, that says hemp all of a sudden was banned, and it set a date out for Alabama. This unconstitutional tyrant tick, and he's so blind his wife killed herself, and I don't care, I'm bringing it up, because one of his family members set me up, asked me to call him, and I did, and then flipped on me and made it something it wasn't. Unconstitutional gas chamber Steve Marshall literally steals from the people. Okay, these are facts. And raided businesses, lawful businesses, taking lawful product. All the states around it was still lawful in Alabama until that date. He had people raid these businesses early and steal their stuff because he's a thief. He's too stupid to see you're violating your own bad rules. You're that stupid. The death penalty. I don't agree with it. Took a long time to come there for me. But I've had 5 surgeries, 6 including my gastric, 5 from football. They can put you to sleep pretty easy. So if it really is about eliminating the threat or closure for the victims, gassing someone for 60 to 90, 120, 180 seconds of sheer cruel and unusual pain, if Steve Gas Chamber Marshall thinks that's normal, he needs to be in a psych ward. He is a psychopath. That's a nut. That's a psychopath, dangerous person. He's not eliminating danger. He's creating danger by dishonoring human life and the Constitution. So he's a thief, filed a lawsuit against Big Pharmaceutical, alleging all the pills were killing people. And they were causing problems, no doubt. Constitution says then those victims should be getting money. What does dirty Steve Gas Chamber Marshall do? He puts it in the state coffers. So people blame greedy plaintiff lawyers, but plaintiff lawyers would at least cut you 2/3 of it. Some of them may pay, 65%. But Steve Marshall, while getting paid by the state now, who moved into Alabama from North Carolina, he's not an Alabamian. He's a murderer and a thief. So these are the kind of people running the Alabama State Bar. Slave makers, murderers, and thieves. There's no way around it. That's exactly what it is. And then they accept infidelity as normal. Because if you lie, what is the covenant to a liar? It's just another thing to slip in and out of. Because you're a liar. So anywho, do not ever vote for Steve Marshall. Ever. Vote for Barry Moore for Senate if you go vote. But I don't have a whole lot of hope for America. It's a political experiment. And you fools don't even know how to live out the most basics of civil rights. So open your courts, America. Damn you, Alabama State Bar Association, for being the largest, longest existing slave trading organization in the world. You traded slaves in Alabama at a Mobile, and you've kept trading them ever since. You call it a program, you call it incarceration, you call it some kind of law and order. 80% mass incarceration rate. You're putting moms and dads in cages. That's how Danny Bone described it. First year law practice, I heard him say that, and I thought, it's kind of interesting. Then you spend enough time meeting with people and seeing what they do. They put humans in cages at an 80% erroneous rate, error rate, failure rate. They're wrong, says the UN statistics. And I say that as constitutional lawyer. So stop being slave makers, slave traders, slave holders, you fake gutless people. Support your local sheriff, support constitutional judges, and support constitutional lawyers. And go do real work. I love driving a truck because it's safe, hook, drop, get paid, no emotions. You fake people made law about your emotions. You're that stupid. So I rebuke you, Alabama State Bar, for lacking the integrity to not steal from my clients and from me. And think you taught me something? Again, I'm a Catholic Christian. The only thing you showed me is that the Bible is true and confirmed that you are thieves and you need Jesus. It just made it so plain. You do the fake stuff so you can steal in real life. Shame on you.